Hi everybody! Just like I said last week, this week we're going to be talking about how to feed your pregnant hamster. It also goes into pretty much the same stuff you feed your very young to slightly older baby hamsters. And like we did last week, it's also going to be another journal entry. First off, this is Ginger. Last time you guys saw her, she was, I'd say, close to two sizes smaller than this. And it's only been like 2 to 3 weeks and she's gotten way bigger. Other things that are new this week, Eloy ended up getting a new case because, like I said in videos, I think it was like 3 or 4 videos ago, when I gave a tip on not putting the wheels on the sides like I did. When I ended up doing that, I was really tired. So I found out the hard way that hamsters climb wheels when they're close to the sides. So I ended up having to replace his container because I didn't feel like doing the whole silicone thing and trying to get to work. So I just replaced the container, moved his wheel to the middle so that he can't climb on it. Haven't had any problems since. And other news is Sheila, I think, is most likely sterile by now because she hasn't shown any signs of being pregnant and she's not going into heat anymore. And it's been close to almost 20-something days and she hasn't given birth, and she is close to 14 months. And on an average, your hamster will end up not breeding or being able to conceive anymore when they are 12 to 14 months. So chances are she's sterile by now. I also found out that Sarah was not pregnant, so then I bred her again. And hopefully this time it'll be more successful. So that's pretty much all that's new this week for the journal entry. Now as for the what's best to feed your pregnant hamster and your hamster babies, the best thing that I've found that helps produce healthy babies is you put milk on bread. Well, technically you let the bread sink into the milk, and then you give that to your future mama hamster, and she absolutely will love it. And even after she gives birth, she'll still love it. Sometimes even when she doesn't even have any pups to care for, she'll like that as a treat. But it's really, really good for them to have that because it gives them extra proteins, extra calcium to help form the adorable baby hamsters so that they have a less chance on being deformed and other things like that. So that's always a good thing. Other things that I like to feed them are more higher proteins because it gives the mother more energy, and once again it helps them in general produce healthier offspring. And I try to give them less seed, more fruits, veggies, and higher protein, such as like milk, eggs, mealworms, carrots, apples, a lot of those kind of things I love to give them just because it's a lot easier. I also do boiled chicken, which I don't put any salt on it like I said in my other video, so that once again gives them a higher protein, makes them happy, and helps them produce healthier offspring. And when it comes to the babies, even though they might not take the chicken or the veggies or other things like that right off the bat, they will enjoy soaked milk bread, and it makes them feel really good, and it kind of relieves a little bit of pressure off mom when it comes to constantly needing to keep them hydrated after a certain amount of time, which normally you start doing the milk bread when they're about 14 days or so, sometimes a little sooner, depending on how your mama hamster is. If she's very skittish and it's her first time and other things, it's best just to leave her alone to the 14-day mark, and that's when you start trying to give more solider foods for the baby hamsters. I know my baby hamsters, when Sarah and Eloy and everybody were babies, they absolutely love just plain milk. I like to put it in the bread too, but they absolutely would go bananas over just the milk itself. At 14 days, it's best to also start trying to get them on veggies too, to help produce a more stable drinking kind of thing going, because sometimes they don't quite know how to use the water bottle, so they kind of rely on their mom, and if they completely rely on their mom for way too long, they'll end up getting dehydrated because she won't be able to produce enough milk. So it's always best to keep them a 50-50, where they go to their mom when they need to, but they also have things in their cage that they can get hydrated from by eating. So like I said, when it comes to pregnant hamsters, baby hamsters, I try to avoid seeds as their primary food. Otherwise, it just does not produce healthy offspring, and the offspring will end up relying on their mom too much, and she'll go dry before time, and so they can possibly get dehydrated, or they'll have lack of nutrition because they have issues on being able to eat on their own. So that is my healthy tips for baby hamsters and pregnant hamsters: is higher proteins, more fruits and veggies, not just primarily seeds like your average hamster that's not pregnant, or an older hamster or a male hamster. Yes, it's good to keep them getting some kind of fruits and veggies, but not as much as a pregnant or baby hamster. Even Ginger here would be considered more on the lines of an older hamster, because she's past that 3 to 4 week mark, which is when I start bringing them more to seed rather than just plain fruits and veggies and meats and proteins. So that is the tip for this week, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye!